朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。
OK， 来，这个是我们的第四集。
第四集了 ，It's the fourth episode.
And we have a
Yay!
Chinese word to our episode name.
Oh yes,
is...
It's today's episode is called 朋友。
我可以唱歌吗？
等下有機會唱，等下一起唱 ，OK， 一起唱
，OK， 好，等一起唱，等一起唱。
Okay, because 我們等到先 K，
Yeah.
我們可以一起
So
唱。
we love K.
Yeah.
So 朋友，friends. This is what we want to talk about.
Yes, it's a topic that's very close to I think all of our hearts, right?
Yes.
Like how do we make it through life without friends? 朋友是很重要的，對不對？
And friends come and go. We change. We may like this person then, but then we may not like he or her now.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that because I think for me, and again, for somebody for both of us entering into our 40s, I think it's very important to talk about friendships, the importance of friendships, but also how friendships evolve through the years.
Yeah.
Right? And I think learning to kind of shift our mindset, change our attitudes towards friendships is also very, very important because I think it's a way to help us navigate. It's also a way to help us, kind of go through life knowing that friendships come and go, but friendships are also important and how do they play a different role in different stages of your life.
Yes, this is good. So tell us a bit about how friendships change or mean to you from your early times or younger days until now.
Okay. Wow, let's start from 很久。
Yeah, 从你开始。
从前。Yeah, 不可以了，要唱了。Okay, so but I also want to say I think before we talk about the 20s, I or like the friendships in our younger years, I do want to say I think it's very important to have good friendships, and I don't want to take it for granted, right? And I feel that relationships are very, very important because they nourish our lives, they make us richer. As a person, they make us a better people, right? And obviously, friendship is a big part of relationships. We know a lot of us have great friends around us, but I also don't want to take for granted. I think some people do struggle, right, with friendship. Some people may not have. I mean, or maybe it's a personality or whatever, but you may not find, or like due to whatever experiences you had, you may not have the best experiences with friendships, right? But I do want to say that it is very, very important that we have good people around us. So surround ourselves with good people, with good friendships, and these people become your ecosystem and your source of support in good and bad times.
Yeah, and to that point, after you shared, I've also have a little story to share about struggling with friendship. Like my version of the story will be thinking that I was the good friend all along, but actually I wasn't.
Yes.
So that struggle can also lie in your own thing versus you thinking that some others is not your good friend. But
That's
okay,
true.
that is the later part of the
That's the later
story.
part,
If
okay.
it comes to it.
Yeah, you will come to it. We will definitely come to it. We have time and space for that.
Yeah.
So
Tell us a bit about your experience.
Yes. So I feel that I want to talk about like friendships through the ages, the years. So maybe we start from like our friendships in our say teenagers and 20s. Okay.
Teenagers means secondary school time.
Secondary school lah, but maybe not too young lah. Maybe when too young is all quite maybe still quite can't quite remember, right? Like because all very innocent. That's why I think like younger days. Friendships are very, very 天真, very,
But they're also very important.
They're very, very important.
Yeah.
Extremely.
They may be your only source of belonging.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So some of my best friends today are some of my friends from my secondary school until now, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. And obviously, to those of you who are hearing, and if you're hearing this, you know who you are.
Oh, Jeremy's best friends.
Yeah. I count you guys as my, my support, my people who I can go through transparently, nakedly, right? Because they've seen you in school.
赤裸裸的, this one I think we said before.
Yeah, like you don't have to hide.
Yeah.
You don't have to hide because I think the older you get, the more clothes you put on, the more you hide. But with your schools, with your friends who are there since young, like teenager years and all that, you have no hidden agenda, right? They are just friends. You hang out because you're in the same CCA, you're in the same class. You formed or forged your friendships because you had like so much time together, and it was all it's all good times. It's one of those things that you remember, as good moments of friendship.
So, question to that: putting on more clothes when you get older, is it this or is it the other way around? Like towards friendship, right? Because when you're saying that, I'm like, isn't it as the older we go, we just remove more and more clothes and become more naked, or is it the other way around? Which is the one for you?
For friends who I've known since forever, right? Like since secondary schools and all that, because they see me at I will say my worst, at my whatever, and they see me through life. Like I don't feel I need to 做 in front of them. I can be whatever. I can be truly me, right? But I feel that as you go along in life, and as you get into our 30s or 40s, you enter the workplace, generally we are a bit more cautious. Correct? We are a bit more like, okay, like I need to perhaps put on a certain front. I need to look professional. I need to look like I'm a trust, and so on and so forth. Right? You need to basically paint a particular persona, or you need to manage expectation.
Correct.
Or manage optics, as they call it in corporate speech. Okay,
Optics?
manage
什么?
optics. 你不懂咩？什么是 manage optics? So manage optics like managing impression lah. So basically whatever you do, you're managing optics because you are mindful. Concerned, you're mindful, and you want to make sure that you are portraying the right image, or that you're giving the right signal whenever you do certain things, right? So how is it being perceived from the outside, right? Whether it's your behavior, your decisions, your changes. So that's called optics.
Wow.
Managing optics.
I learn new word.
Corporate speech 咧。
我不懂这个东西的。
Corporate speech 咧。Yeah, so I think that's, obviously with your younger friends, you have a lot less need to manage optics lah. Well, I mean, like we've gone through so much together already.
But then isn't it? Because you said that managing optics is a corporate thing, right?
I mean, as you grow older, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But as to friends that we call friends, of course, there's so many different kind of friends, fair weather friends, hi bye, 那种.
Yes.
So like, if it's real friend, we shouldn't even need to bother about optics, right?
什么是 real friend? Then define your real friend.
哇，
他们有多 real？可以动的吗？可以摸的吗？
real friends
什
are
么是
real
real
friends means really somebody that you feel safe with. Then there's no need for optics, right? But then there are also another set of friends that you will need to manage some optics. But would you call them as friends?
Okay, look, maybe you have friends. Okay, so look, if you want to get kind of like break down the categories, I think we have friends. Like in general, we call our friends. Then perhaps slightly further away from the circle. So we're talking about like the broader group of broader subset. That would be acquaintances, right? So the bigger circle on the outside is acquaintances. Then I think we come into like friends, which is a slightly smaller group. And then obviously then you come into like the inner circle, right? I feel like I call it my inner circle. The inner circle of people who you can like drop a text, you can call at whatever time, and they'll respond, and they'll go like, okay, I'll be there. But again, just being mindful that sometimes you go older, the replies may not be so instantaneous.
Yeah. Correct.
But you know that they will care enough to make sure that you're fine.
And even if they don't reply in quickly, you don't hold anything against that.
No.
You know that they have their own life, that they have their own things,
Exactly.
and you know that when they're ready to reply.
Exactly.
It's unconditional friendship, right?
Unconditional. And these kind of friends are the best kind of friends.
Yeah.
Because 很 low maintenance 的.
And probably will meet only once a year or even twice.
Exactly. Then you feel like when you meet them, like the moment you meet them, you kind of just left off where you start where you left off since the last conversation.
Yeah.
Because you know enough about each other. 你不用再 catch up 什么了. You can just like immediately jump into 话题这样子.
And then 3 hours just like 5 minutes.
Exactly. So then you know. So these are your really close
Deep
friends.
Circle,
your inner circle.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think a lot of these are the ones that come with us, right? Through the years, and hopefully these relationships or friendships are maintained.
And I remember listening this from somewhere that who we are as a person is being represented by the 5 closest people that we hang out with.
Oh, that's interesting.
So who you are is an aggregate of the 5 people that you're closest with. if you have this group of friends that you hang out very close with, an aggregate of these people represents who you are.
Your closest 5 friends.
Your closest 5 friends. 你的人生 that these 5 people that you always closest with,
right,
they represent who you are. Because most likely the reason why they're in our inner circle is that we have certain core values that are aligned. That's why we can connect so well.
Well, it's true.
I should think it's something like that.
It is true. Yeah. But I think as we go in life, so this is where I think we can kind of nicely move into like the next stage of life, right? Which is like your 30s, right? I also feel that that's where life takes a bit of a change, isn't it? Because you start, going to work, you don't have the kind of time to like, hang out at Starbucks all the time anymore. You're not playing like...
Time is even more, what's that?
Scarce.
Yeah, scarce.
Yeah,
scarce.
Time is a scarcity. Everybody's like either busy building your families or your career and
traveling.
So yeah, priorities changes. So things are a bit different. So I also feel that that's where like your expectations with friendship also start to shift a little bit. Yeah, and they evolve just because people's times and priorities change.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that therein lies the wisdom. Because I feel that this way I want to drop the 2 Chinese words, 执着.
How come appear in this episode?
I know, right? It didn't appear in the last one.
How do you relate 执着 in friendship? Were you 执着 before in a friendship? Because I know I was. For sure.
Would hung up be a good
for me, my 执着, maybe the word that I will use more is needy. I was a needy friend.
Right. Yeah. I think when the reason I say I use this word is because I think when that season of your life changes, right, and it goes into the next stage, maybe perhaps your expectations of friendships have not changed. It has not moved on with your life stage. So I think, and I've known examples and certain people where they tell me that they felt very betrayed or they felt very hurt. And because like, hey, we used to hang out so much with another group of friends. And to be honest, I think I got a feeling sometimes it could be me as well, right? Or we used to hang out so much and then now we have grown distant and it's always so difficult to joe you out, etc. And
so they start to blame their friends?
Well, I think because there's certain expectation and they feel that they take the initiative and they also put out their time and all that for you. When it's not reciprocated, then they feel like, why is it not reciprocated? So obviously I think they will feel a bit hurt because their expectation weren't met. And they felt they like genuinely want to put in time and effort for their friendship. But I think this is where I want to talk about where, people's needs and priorities changes. And perhaps, and this is wisdom, this is me learning wisdom, perhaps certain people are meant to be close to you or to walk with you during a certain part of your journey. Yeah, but perhaps not to walk your entire journey.
And how do one realize or make a decision or reflect that this is it to this friendship, that it has kind of ended its contract?
And the contract,
like I mean, like I heard this word from like those podcasts, right? Like soul's contract. The soul contract has ended. Like, how do one know? Because like if we are like 执着, right? Oh, why is she not replying to me? Why her priorities change? Why is she responding in a different way? How do we know and not blame ourselves and not blame our friend that this is not already working out? That we should kind of move on and let go gently and be kind. 很难呢.
Okay, so you can share your thoughts, yeah? I mean, I would love to hear your thoughts. Put yourself in another person's shoes.
Wow.
真的. Yeah. I feel that if you take a time to put yourself in another person's shoes and start realizing that, hey, if I'm sitting in your seat right now, what are your priorities right now? What's really important for you? What are you spending time on? What are you investing time on? And I think like, after a while you realize, okay, perhaps the things that you're doing right now and prioritizing right now is very different from what I'm doing in my normal life right now. And therefore, if I want to just to kind of have a chance to catch up and all that, we really have to find like a common slot because we're not going to cross paths in our everyday lives, so to speak. So I think that's where you realize that, okay, I think just learning to put yourself in another person's shoes, I think will help you to navigate that a little bit better.
I think what you're saying is empathy, right?
Thank you very much. This is a wonderful way to summarize my very long-winded explanation.
But it's true.
Empathy.
The meaning of empathy is putting
Yes.
yourself in another person's shoes.
Totally.
And I recently came across a video, animated video by Brene Brown. So
I
she
love
has
Brene
this
Brown.
video.
I'm a
Please go and Google
fanboy. I'm a fanboy.
video by Brene Brown, Empathize versus Sympathize.
Mm.
It's such a funny and animated video that really distinguishes the difference between the two.
Got it.
And a lot of times we may think that we are empathizing with a friend or with a situation, but actually we are just sympathizing. And the words, the quality of our words and actions very much differ
Yes.
with this kind of empathizing versus sympathizing.
I think I remember that video. It's the one with the one in the hole.
Yeah,
you know,
the cartoon
like a cartoon. It's a
很
fox
funny的
and a bear. Was
Correct,
it a bear?
correct,
I
correct,
can't
a
remember.
bear. Yeah.
And they were showing highlighting the examples, right? If
And I
you're-
think empathy is one of a very important value that one can cultivate.
Oh yeah, extremely important.
Yeah.
Especially in friendships. I think especially more in our 30s and 40s. I think especially more.
Yeah.
Because you start realizing that people's lives have changed, people are doing different things, and showing sympathy is a huge part of just understanding why people are the way they are. Yeah. And I think just managing expectations with friendships.
So I realized that I have this one friend
Sure, tell me.
that I've only realized that I haven't empathized until just a few months back.
Oh wow, this is very recent. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more.
So this started way back in primary school.
So this is a really old friend.
This is my best friend from primary school. So we have always we have been friends since 10 years old. We knew each other in primary 4. So we've been best friends since then. We hang out at each other's house.
Yep.
We do a lot of silly things.
Of course.
We stayed over. We like the same J-pop J-pop band. We chase the same idols. We do a lot of things together.
Yeah, that time J-pop 啦，not K-pop
是那时候还没有 K-pop 的，那时候还是哈日疯狂。
是 that time was J-pop.
Then of course, we go to we were in the same primary school. Then after that we just moved to different schools, different secondary school, JC and everything. But we still called ourselves best friends. So we never missed wishing each other's happy birthday on the exact same day on 12 o'clock that kind.
哎呦，这么有心。
Yeah.
哎呦。
But somehow, when we turned into adulthood, got married and things like that, then we started to shift from each other, like physically, right, and also emotionally. And then there came to a point in time, I also cannot remember exactly when in my adulthood, that I come to realize that, why we are not close anymore. I started to ask.
You were wondering that.
Yes, I was wondering,
Okay.
how come we are not close anymore?
Got
How
it.
come we call ourselves best friend, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. But then, she's hanging out with a different group of friends. She has her group of colleagues that she's extremely close to. They do things and things like that. And the thing is with my so in my self-development journey, I start to realize that, okay, maybe there are some friends that is just not meant to be serving us for a long time. Maybe the soul contract is up. And then, I'm fast forwarding this too much. Let me see. Okay, so basically there was this point in time where I thought that, okay, let me try to give this friendship a last shot. Okay, so we arranged to
哇，这么 final 这样子 ，last shot 哇，OK
like because in my mind I'm like, okay, in my mind in these years, in fact in these
Yes.
years, right, in adulthood, I'm already a grown up person. I was thinking she's the one that is giving up, she's the one that is not maintaining contact with me. I keep putting the blame. I keep
Yes.
pointing the finger out at
Yes,
her.
it's her. It's not me.
It's her. She's the one that is choosing to hang out with different people. She's the one that's not cherishing our friendship. Okay, maybe the soul contract is up.
Okay.
So this is all the narratives that I'm telling myself, and this is into this 1 year, 1 year's space
Interesting.
where I thought I'm already kind of self-developed or woke or
bit
enlightened,
more aware,
whatever,
yeah,
whatever
okay.
you call it.
Okay.
But I know awareness never stops. Like we are imperfect and we are always learning, and
We're
that's the
on a
reason why I
journey.
choose to share this story today. Then this year we decided to. I also don't know what came up, but we decided to meet for a dinner. And then it was a good dinner, like we're having food. It was actually just 3 of us having dinner and all. But just fast forward, right? So we just stayed in the same estate in Singapore. So we both shared a taxi home.
Okay.
So let me tell you what happened in that taxi. That
Okay.
taxi ride changed my entire perspective and my narratives of this friendship.
Oh my god, I'm like so excited now. Okay, like oh my, I'm
这
sitting
也
on
是
the
第一
edge of
次
my
share，
chair
第一次
now.
share， 第一次 share on 这个平台。So we were sitting at the back seat, two of us together, and then we were like, oh, we just chit chat normal, and then I don't know, then like I had my hand touch her hand.
Okay.
And
So
then
you made contact.
Yeah, I
like,
made
you wanted to
contact.
initiate
I also
contact.
don't know why
Okay.
I go and touch her hand, but it's like I just 碰到她啦。And like, then in my mind like, why is your hand so warm one ah? And then I went to grab her, and it was so warm. And you know what happened when I grabbed her hand? Instantly there was this flash of sensation that I realized that I was the one that was forsaking this friendship.
Oh wow, interesting.
And this is very fast, okay? This is in seconds.
Sure.
Instantly, I just cried. I burst out crying. Yeah, I when I was holding, I was like having my
So
two.
emotional.
Yeah, super. 现在我可以讲没有哭，因为我已经 process through 这个东西了。
Right,
So I
right,
was
right.
have my I held him like, I'm like, oh my god, you're so warm. Then I just flashed back everything. Then I realized that in all these years that I thought that she's forsaking me, I'm the one who's forsaking her, because in those years I haven't been empathizing with her. She has true difficult personal life at work, at marriage,
Yes.
health, but all the time when I thought I was that friend for her, I was not empathizing with her. I think I was giving very critical statements, judgments, thinking that I want to get her out of that situation. But I was just seeing her as a problem, as a friend that I want to fix.
Interesting. Right.
And in that instant, in that taxi ride, when I had my hands on her, 我立刻马上 saw those that have done those narratives, and I just cried on the spot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I tell you, that taxi ride from Vivo to Punggol, 20 minutes, it was complete healing at that
my
moment.
Goodness. Wow.
I was like, whoa. And then she was like, what the fuck?
She must be really
She was
shocked.
okay. So firstly, she's so calm. She's so she's so accepting of who I had been in those years. Yeah, like in those years, I thought that, how come I'm the one that 一直在那边 wish 你 happy birthday? You're the one that like, keeping so far away from me. But actually, she's the one that is accepting me for who I am. She accepted me to be the superior one. Wow, 现在我还在哭 but I was really very grateful for that taxi ride. That and then realized that she has been the one that is applying all the empathy that she can, and I was the one that's mentally separating myself from her. And that taxi ride completely deepened my awareness of this thing. Yeah.
What
就是这样咯。
what a taxi ride.
Yeah,
What a
and
taxi
I'm
ride.
sorry to the taxi driver. I think 他吓到，突然间我才like, oh, normal chit chat, 吃完饭了。Then after that we just, bro, I was crying like a baby like literally burst out crying one. And then when I reached home and then as I narrated the situation, the taxi ride to my husband, right, I also burst into another tears. And before sleep I burst again, and now as I speak I again teared.
It's part of the
比较
healing.
graceful 一点啦，
是
今天的 tear
那个 makeup 没有 ruin 不用紧，没有 ruin， 那个是 waterproof makeup 应该是 OK。
就是这样咯。So I think this because we were talking about empathizing, right?
Yes.
I think friendship requires a lot of empathizing,
Oh,
putting
so
ourselves
right.
in their shoes. And
So right.
through this taxi ride and my experience is that sometimes we may think that we are like that great person, that superior one, but actually
Think twice.
think twice, man.
Think twice. Yeah.
We are that actually the position that we thought we are in, we are actually not.
Yeah.
And that we are here for who we are because of somebody who is really so empathizing with us. Whatever state of mind we are in, they're always there for us.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should never take our friendships for granted.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm curious. So when you burst out, and I think
Yeah.
because I also feel that hey, all the way until that point in the taxi or in the cab,
This is just few months back.
right. Oh, this is really recent,
This
right?
is really recent.
Like this is all in your head, right? It's all in your head, and I think you're trying to understand, trying to figure things out, and like okay, you want to end this if it's not working out for you.
Yeah.
So how was her reaction? I mean, I know she was calm, but how did she? Because she had no access to your inner world.
No, she has no access.
She has no access to your inner world. So how did that conversation go? Like from her reaction from her? And
I
how
think
did it go?
she just said that 你不要神经啦, don't be crazy. And the thing is, that night that we met was also different. We had in that dinner, three of us, we have conversations about life. So she also reflected that, you know, she has kind of gotten to a point where she's more accepting of her current living. And in fact, at that dinner, she started to question, what's the point of living? What's the purpose of life? Yes, I remember she asked me that. So during that dinner, she started to like, what's the purpose of life? Then I was very connected in that same space. I'm like, oh my God, you asked a super fantastic question.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this podcast.
Yes. I got so excited when she asked this question. I'm like, wow, you are at a great space now. This is a step where you try to realize that a lot of things that you're holding back actually doesn't make sense, and this is where you start to choose. And during that dinner, she was a version that I could really, I really love. She was much more accepting of herself. She's a much more happier person. Before that, she wasn't. She was struggling a little bit with depression and everything. And I'm so sorry to even say that when she was battling with depression, I wasn't there for her. Like, I wasn't really there for her. Like, maybe lip service, I'm there, but mentally, I'm definitely not there. But then at that dinner, she was more woke. And then I think that probably created that space of me realizing that, well, actually I'm the one that's being a bitch all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Did I answer your question?
Of course. I mean, this is a really moving story, really.
Wow, really?
How many of us take friendships for granted, right? And then we always think like, hey, we're the better one, we're the more woke ones, and then sometimes we also say, oh, we got to choose our friends, right? Oh, the friends got to benefit us. It's got to, help us with our, whatever. So
conditional friendship.
Conditional friendship, yes. And I think that's a very healing journey for you, and I'm so glad that happened for you. Because how many of us have the opportunity to have such deep conversations these days?
Yeah.
Not many.
And I think what happened in this so many years of friendships that it wasn't an unconditional friendship. I have kind of maybe put that friendship into a space of, if you do this, then you're my friend. If you don't do this, means you're not my friend. So I have all these things that is in my mind, obviously, that is not aligned. Sure. And that's, I think, why suddenly that burst of tears happened.
Yeah.
It literally happened when 我摸到他, then 他很烧 on my hands, and immediately I like a 神经病. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah. But was it such a magical moment?
It was super.
Such a magical moment to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that she positively
she did. She really held space for me. She didn't judge me. She just accepted me for who I am. And then and after that we just, guess what? And after that crying, right, instantly we set a date to I visited her on one occasion, and then we did certain things that we did together as a childhood. We sang KTV together.
Oh, that's nice.
Two of us only.
That's
and
nice.
We ate our favorite Maggie mee and things like that. It was just one nice lunchtime that we just hung out together.
Sure.
That was how it is lah. It kind of all came to a good end. I mean, like, we are still not catching up and talking to each other like we were when we were primary school.
Yeah.
But I think that for me meant a lot. It was a lot of healing for myself. Like,
of course. And that's my point, right? Like, I think as you grow old as an adult, as you come into your 30s or 40s, 50s, the quality of time spent is a lot more important than the quantity of time spent.
Correct.
Right? I mean, like, how much time do you have, right, with everything that you are doing, your work, your children, your family, your hobbies, So I think the quality is important, and I think it's these quality moments. It may be just one lunch, that one karaoke, but guess what? Years from now, you remember that one lunch, that one karaoke, right? And then when you connect again, you go like, hey, remember what happened that time? Yeah, and I think that quality is more important than quantity. Because let's face it, I don't think we got a lot of quantity these days, right? So quality is actually extremely important.
I was now thinking about one of the episodes where we talk about energy, right? Like, how do we make space for things that brings us joy or what? Because there may be certain things that is holding up our mental space by, we are probably holding on to certain things certain friendships that no longer serve us. We're just holding on to that for whatsoever reason. And by just holding on, we are not freeing up that space to really enjoy some quality friendship. And I think what happened for me was that I was holding on to this primary school friendship, expecting her to
Exactly.
say and act in a manner. Then I think that tears taxi ride was the official letting go, but it was a beautiful letting go.
That's right.
That made me realize I was holding on. So is there any friendships that any one of you are holding on to or not? It is time for some reflections.
Yeah. And that's maturity. That's exactly why I feel there's a lot more maturity in the friendships and the relationships you are holding on, you are maintaining, and you're keeping to, right, in your adulthood. And I think it's wise to know like which are the friends that you really want to spend a bit more time with, etc. And which are the ones that you can keep in touch like once in a while and they'll still be there.
And what do you even make it mean by even some friends that we don't get to spend a lot of time with, and some friends that maybe it's just a text away? What do we really make it mean?
I think what I mean is you have your everyday. Nowadays, you obviously have a whole routine, right? So let's say, for example, you are somebody who is now going to the gym. Then obviously you make friends with the gym people, right? That's part of your routine, ma. Then you have your family, and then you obviously have your 2 girls who are going to school. Then perhaps you also have a chance to interact with the girls' parents. So that becomes like another part of a group of your acquaintances / friends, right? So this is becoming like your routine life.
Yeah.
So in a routine life, these are the people who you interact with. So naturally, these are the people that kind of become your acquaintances / friends. But what I'm saying is, then do we intentionally make time for people who don't exist in this everyday routine, but yet they're very, very dear to us? And when I say quality, I think it is one of those like once in a year birthday. So I'll give you my example.
Yes.
So my example is my 2 very, very close friends since secondary school.
This one is your best friend, the one that saw you the worst.
Yes. See me through everything lah. See me through my breakup lah, my relationship lah.
So you know who you are, Jeremy's friends. He's talking about you.
Yes. These 2 of them. They know. So we've seen each other through the best and the worst, and we don't meet very often at all, right? Yeah.
How often do you all meet?
Oh my gosh. Okay, once a year. Oh no, a few times a year.
Okay.
We always catch up on birthdays.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to. Yeah, so one birthday is in October, one is in Feb, one is it October or Safer?
It's okay.
Is it? Oh no! Also September. Okay.
September.
I got it right. September. So September is one, February is the other one, and March. Then March and February we kind of celebrate together. Yeah. So I think birthdays are obviously great occasions to catch up. But I think my point is you intentionally make time. And it's quality time. But you also know that you don't need the quantity to kind of catch up anymore. Yeah. Not to say that I don't love spending time with them. I'm just saying that I'm also deeply aware and empathetic that everybody has their own priorities. For example, those with parents, they have to go home before 10 p.m. right? To take care of the kids.
It's a choice,
right? Then we have to shift my schedule a little bit earlier. Like, okay, I have dinner at 6:30 or 7. We end the night a little bit earlier, don't get too drunk, that's fine. Now I have another group of friends that will meet after 10 p.m. for the afters. And it's okay. But what I'm saying is being wise and mature enough to see the differences and to maintain friendships in the different way means a lot. Yeah.
I think friendships are important because they nourish different, I don't know, is it needs or what? They just nourish different aspects of us, right?
Yes.
And we choose to hang out with a certain group of people at this time, before 10 and after 10 friends, because it just brings us nourishment in different ways. Let us thrive and be the best that we can be.
Agree. And I want to say this. I also feel that different groups of friends fulfill different needs. And I think it's important to know. Like, for example, that there's a certain group of friends that are happy to grow and develop as a person, right? And that's the group of friends, but they don't party, right? But if you like to party, there's another group of friends that party, and that's fine. Does it mean that you have to be close to everybody? No, you don't have to. But what I'm saying is, or like you have a group of friends who you go to your Zumba class together, and that's a group of friends at that time, and that's okay, and that's helpful because they keep you healthy and they keep you kind of like motivated to continue going for classes.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have all these groups of friends.
Just like even both of us, we're colleagues.
Yes.
We are friends.
Yes.
But our connection and conversation is so different from being in the office and outside of the office.
Well, that's true.
We serve our needs differently.
That's right. Exactly. And then when
you can have dual roles, right? In this case,
have dual roles. You can definitely have dual roles. Yeah. And I think that's the beautiful thing about friendships, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just being wise enough to know that when it's time to let go lah. Yeah, not everybody is, and I say this in all honesty and sincerity, and in all, in all, with all my life experience. Some people are really meant to walk with you for a certain stage of your life, and I think it's really the wisdom to know that when it's time to let go, and if the relationship drifts, I think that you need to have maturity to go. Then you let it go.
And when you let go, you also allow new possibilities.
You allow new possibilities.
New friendships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you don't hold on to grudges. You don't hold on to grievances. You just go like, hey, maybe this person is taking on a different path. I mean, we're all on a journey, right? Sometimes if you're going to Potong Pasir, then I'm going to Jurong, Bukit Panjang, then a bit hard, right? I mean, once in a while meet in town
我们
lah.
不可以执着。
不可以执着啦，我要每天跟你吃饭咩？我在 Bukit Panjang， 你在 Punggol or whatever it is. It's a bit hard, no? Yeah, but
I mean, end of the day, we are doing this, sharing all these stories because we just want to let everyone know that there is a lot more that we can achieve out of life, right? Life
friends?
is, yeah,
Yes.
with friends,
Exactly.
Yeah, life is so much more exciting, and we always have the power to choose, and choosing not only to choose friends but also to let go of certain friendships.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is this is what we want to do. We want to talk about friends. And before that,
What is the 歌词 thing that you
the
say?
歌词 thing. I want to say this because I think I was thinking about podcasts. And you know me lah, my inspiration always comes when
You're walking in Momo.
okay, yeah, either I'm walking my dog, or I'm brushing my teeth and showering in the morning, or I'm on a plane ride. Yeah, so those moments when your brain is, you're not thinking about, not actively doing something.
Downloads.
Yeah, like downtime and just processing whatever. So I thought about this episode, and I thought, obviously the song 朋友 came to mind, right? 周华健, right? 朋友, how can anybody not know the song, right? So and I was looking through the chorus. I wanted to make sure that I read the chorus in detail, and I thought the chorus is so meaningful.
讲一下。
Okay, so the chorus 歌词对不对？朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有，一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂，还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。Because I think that sums it up so beautifully.
Well, when it's said and when it's sung, it's very different, huh?
Of course.
When it's said, it really there's a meaning.
Yes, because you're taking the melody out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you read the words, it's so poetic. Because it's talking about friends, I mean, it's all these moments in lives that you remember about friends, right? 那一句话，那一杯酒, right? And 朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有. And it's true. Some of these friendships, we had all these good times together. But then if you are holding on to all those times that you think you're going to hold on to forever, it's not going to happen.
Make the memories mean something,
Make the memories
right?
mean something. Yeah. I feel like we should sing a song together right now. Are you up for it?
我不懂。
Oh my god! I just so nervous. 一样 key 嘛。
3、2、1。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有，一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂，还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。我是不用看歌词的 ，OK？
你厉害，我还要看歌词。Oh my god, high five! Was that our first song on the podcast?
Oh my god!
Even though I prepare different key 啦，摆说可以。
哦，是啊。
我配合你。
你 prepare 高一点的是低一点。
高一点啦，
我的声音很低的。
我知道，我所以可以配你，我还可以唱，我可以 reach 到那个低 note， 还可以。
改次我们是不是要 end 我们的 podcast with 唱歌？
啊，可以，这是 option 啊。
我们可以换 pattern，
我们很多 option 现在。
我们的 next season 我们就唱歌，你不要做 quotation 了。
新 K 的 podcast， maybe potential 嘞，maybe potential 来想一下。
要 improve 我们的 voice right？
Yeah, improve a variety of our podcast.
And all with our favorite song.
Yeah, the
next
song.
time.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So 今天讲朋友 how do you feel about the episode?
I like it.
Yeah.
Healing,
huh? Yeah, very healing. Heartwarming.
And like really, I mean, I must thank all the friends that has been part of my journey.
Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, everybody come and go, and to the current friends, And to the last time friends, they all mean a lot. And they are they are who shape us, right? If we don't have these group of people whom we can share our worries, our stress, dump our troubles on them, how then we can be who we are today.
How do you even go through life?
Yeah.
How do you even go through life without friends?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very hard.
Yes.
Who do I whine to?
Yeah, the whining.
And I also want to say that, friends that we don't keep in touch anymore, at the bottom of my heart, I always wish them well. Yeah. And some of these friends are now got Facebook, right? Facebook, sorry. Wow, very old. No, I'm so old. Not got social media, not got TikTok. TikTok. Okay, but I must say last time, so Facebook and Instagram is probably more popular social platform.
Friendster.
Walao, Friendster is so old. Please do not mention Friendster.
我们是 40s 的，我们 not shy 的。
embarrassing 这样没有 no more Friendster 了。So yeah, so I obviously I do one of this scrolling once in a while. Check out, like you're not actively engaged in your life, clearly, because like you have different social circles, you have different routine, very different lifestyles. But yeah, I always wish, in my heart that I always wish people the best. Yeah, like I really wish that wherever they are, whoever they're with, whatever they're doing, I really, really wish nothing but the very best for all of my friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about some people. Some people feel like, wow, 你做得比我好.
Yeah, comparisonitis.
Your word, right? Comparisonitis. I'm like, why? Like, why can't everybody do well together? Why can't everybody be happy? So I wish nothing but happiness and joy for my friends, and whatever serves and brings them joy, I'm always happy for them. And I don't know, I just feel prompted to say this, and to also my friends who have passed, who have gone. That we miss our friends who have passed and gone way too early. But yeah, this is a good reminder for us that we should cherish our lives, cherish our friends. So we're not going to be here forever,
Yeah.
We're really not going to be here forever. So I think take time to, just call out a friend once in a while. Take time to, just reach out. Yeah.
So if you're thinking of a particular friend listening to this podcast, just send a text.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of?
Exactly.
What's the worst case that could happen?
Yeah.
That he or she don't reply lor. But at least you've done something within your control to just reach out.
Yeah.
Because life is short, right?
Life is short.
And we should always cherish cherish this current moment that you have that is within your hands or your thoughts.
Yeah.
Do you have a quote for us today?
Yes, I do. Of course, you always have. I should do my quote first?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So this is a short quote, and it's from this author called Paulo Coelho. And the quote is a very simple quote. So friendship isn't a big thing, it's a million small things.
Wow.
It's a million little things. Yeah. So
Why do you choose this?
because I want to remind people that it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot to wish someone well. It doesn't take a lot to maintain certain friendships. It doesn't take a lot to send someone your thoughts. Yeah, and it doesn't take a lot to wish someone a good day or whatever it is. Yeah, to cheer someone up. So yeah, it really doesn't take a lot. So quality over quantity. Yeah.
And nowadays we have WhatsApp, we have so many channels.
Yeah.
Last time, you still need to call your friend on your phone landline, right?
Oh my gosh,
like,
what era is this?
hello, 请问谁在吗? Now it's really, you just reach out to that person directly. So accessibility is even faster and easier. And just don't stop yourself from doing that connect, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like it. Thank you for sharing.
And you never know what the small little connection might lead to. You never know. Somebody may be going through something. You never know.
Maybe you're that one text, how are you, could just save somebody from doing something harmful to him or herself.
You never
right?
know. You will never know.
Yeah.
Okay, come, Maddie, what's your quote?
Mine is a proverb from, it's an African proverb from a book.
African
所以没有那个 author 的 but I got this from this book. It says this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Oh.
So I think I chose this because it's really about the importance of having friendships in our life. Instead of being alone, if you have somebody to do it together with you, you can even go further. So yeah, just call that friend up of yours, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
our call to action to you.
Totally, yeah. And you're right. If you want to go far, go together because no man's an island.
Yeah.
We're all better together, and we all need a little friend sometimes, and we all need a bit of cheering out sometimes. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, that's it. My name is Maddy,
My name is Jeremy,
and we are the Imperfect.
the Imperfect Rainbow. So see you
Okay,
next time.
see you.
Okay, bye
Bye.
bye.
这些年，一个人，风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过错，还记得坚持什么？真爱过，再回头，会寂寞，会回首，总有我，总有你在心中。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。这些年，一个人，风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过错，还记得坚持什么？真爱过，才会懂，会寂寞，会回首，总有梦，总有你在心中。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。